People, deluded, I'm back again. Now, Arsenal's under 23's. Now, I'm a bit conflicted. I'm going to say a lot of points, so please try and stick with me. I feel academy football's a difficult time because on one hand, if I look at some of these players at the academy, you need to keep them immediately with the side. Now, results at 23's level are not the be-all and end-all, and the grand schemes don't matter. But obviously, if you if your best players go on loan or leave permanently or whatever, you're not going to have the best of seasons, people, and that's not necessarily the best environment. We've won the under 23's league 2 seasons ago. Last season we came second, so we kind of need to put up a fight, sort of thing. But I do think there's going to be I'm keen to see what happens, because on one hand you'd think there'd be a bit of changes, people. Like I said, that's from a selfish point, an Arsenal being selfish point of view, keeping competitive players in and around the side so that we have a team to move forward with going forward. Obviously, if it was from a different point of view, then I'm of the opinion, really and truly, like with the England sides, I personally believe in elevating people as quickly as possible. So in an ideal world, Saka and Amici would be touching first team, would be training and whatnot. The likes of Joe Willock, Eddie, and all of these players, if they're not touching that, they'll go on loan where they can play consistently. Then that will open up possible opportunities for the younger, sort of inexperienced players. It might make us less competitive at 23's level, but they would get game time and playing against more senior individuals, higher level individuals, physically developed individuals, and be able to reap the benefits more so than if there was more competition for places. So it's a bit of a tricky one. And if you look from a selfish individual point of view, within the next 12 to 16 months, you're looking at Amici, who's going to turn 18, 19. Saka, no, he's turning 19 in January. Saka's 18 in September. John Jules is 19 in February. Obviously the bait ones, the Mavropanoses, the Bielicks, all of these players, if you can't say on your heart, are going to be regular footballers within the first team setup. From a selfish point of view, 23 football's a graveyard, so they either need to leave permanently or go on loan, sort of thing. If that happens, then we're obviously going to have a depleted side on top of the people that's already been released. Now, we've obviously got, again, I'm not too sure. I do think Gilmour sadly's been released. I think he's going to have a good future. Again, I only saw a couple of names on the official Arsenal.com site, but I'm so sure Thompson might be getting released again. I'm not no agent, I'm not in this news, could be wrong, but if they're not getting released, you'd like to think they get moved on. A couple of these names, if I have got it mistaken, they can stay for depth purposes from a selfish point of view for us, but it's not really developing them because they don't have an honest chance of making it here. It's not really a comfortable environment if you know you're not going to be here long term, so how are you going to really have clarity of mind to develop? So there's that. So surely there's going to be some recruitments, I believe, at 18's level, but also at first team level, because Peglowoso's left, Thompson could leave, Bramwell's left, Gilmour's left. These are all players that was used a lot. Now, if you're looking at players that need to advance to the next step, John Jules within the next 12 to 6 months needs to go on loan if he's not going to be given football. Ballard's 20 years of age and he'll stay because he's our first choice centre half, him and Medley. But he needs to be kicking on first team football, professional sort of senior level football. Medley the same. You've got players like Olowo, Omole, and Bowler and Thompson. Again, I've not got no clue on their durations, but these are players that are not really going to make it. For instance, if you just look at the right back spot, Osei Tutu's gone on loan again. He needs to go out on loan. Who is going to fill that up? You've got young Swanson who can play at centre half and excelled last season for the 18s at left back and can play at right back. Has he got a long-term future here? Who knows, but I don't think so. And he's a stopgap there at best. You've got Olayinka, who's a midfielder playing there. You've got a couple of roles such as that. You've obviously got the young Dan Oyoke, I can never say his name. 16, going to be a first-year scholar next season, and if you're him, the pathway does look pretty clear. If you do your thing, similar to Saka, you could be touching on 23's and stuff at a young age. You don't know what could happen, but that's a lot of pressure for the young lad. So it does lead me to believe, surely, people, a couple of recruits are going to happen at this level. I know we're signing that Catalan guy at 18's level. We've got a couple of other young players, and you look at first-year scholars. If Musa's still here, Aziz. Greenwood's going to be second year next year, so is, Balogun's technically going to be trying pushing into the 23's. These are opening up spots. Joe Lopez, who I feel showed his attacking quality, is going to be here for a second season, can develop. These are the sort of players I'll be looking to push in to the 23's. Like I said, in case I've been saying bare names, Lopez at left back, Flo Balogun up front, and what's the other name I said? Well, I didn't say it. Lopez, if I haven't said him, at left back, and Sam Greenwood. Now, they all got to deserve it. For instance, like I said, Lopez, at times he's played well, at times he needs to make the first team shirt his own, which Swanson beat him to it. Balogun is going to have an opportunity soon because, again, if Tyrese goes out on loan at some point, if Eddie hits out on loan, there's opportunities. and I feel Sam Greenwood could develop into a decent player, man. He's going to be 18 in September or January, one of them. I really like him as a baller, man. I'm keen to see where he ends up. He made his name so far playing up front. Primarily, I've seen him play right wing for Arsenal. He can play behind the striker and he can play on the left. I think he's just got to play to greater consistency. I think he scored, 10 goals and got a decent amount of assists, so the quality's there. I think he's just got to take it up another level, go up to another consistency. I feel at times he's a bit hot and cold. You don't see him for 85 minutes, he'll pop up and do something, or he'll do something early and then kind of vanish. But I feel the potential's there, and I do feel he's someone I believe's got the potential to make it at Arsenal. Possibly doesn't get the attention of all the other players with all the hype and stuff, but I believe him, Lopez and Balogun are the ones I'm looking at. Obviously, you've got Matt Smith and Ben Cotterill, who have done well in midfield at 18s level, stepping into that level as well. So we'll see. But then you've got players like Jordan McNair, you've got Harry Clark, who signed a new deal not too long ago. McGuinness is irrelevant. McGuinness will push into the A23s next season. But you've got a lot of players that are, I would say, in purgatory. Ben Shafe is irrelevant in the sense that I believe he can have a great career, but he needs to go and play somewhere, a decent career for himself. They're kind of in purgatory. We've got bare quantity, but it's not necessarily quality. Even if you look at our goalkeeping ranks, you've got Macy, probably needs to get cut loose. Martinez will probably play a good few portions of 23's football. What does that mean for our young young goalkeeper who's actually promising in Arthur Okonkwo? He's gonna 17, 18 years of age, was training in Dubai, and because of injuries made the 23 shirt his own. That Histon guy has been in training with Arsenal. He's released from Reading. We'll see if he gets a spot in goal. But there's a lot of competition. You've obviously got Iliev as well. We'll see what happens, people. I just feel there's a lot of question marks in particular. Obviously, if you look at the situations of Asano, Nwankwo, and Jenkinson, for example, obviously you've got two players failed to earn a work permit here that probably need to be moved on and things. Nwankwo is actually irrelevant because if he hasn't got a work permit, he can't play here, and so does Asano. But if they were to gain them things, would they drum up interest? If they were to be kept at the club, they'd be playing 23s, and it would be kind of blocking pathways. These sort of players should need to be moved on. Jenkinson played a fair bit of minutes at that level, needs to be moved on. So we'll see what happens, people. But surely a few additions come into the club of some sort. I'm not too sure what will happen in that regard, so I'm going to see. And again, you lot know me, I love young players, so I'll always speak about things like that. On that note, people, I'm out though. Deluded.